Good morning, students. Today, let's learn the lesson The Sound of Music, Chapter 2, taken from your textbook Beehive for Class 9. Let's look at the introduction of the chapter. The Sound of Music divides into two parts. Each part focuses on two musicians and their lives. Evelyn Glenn, a multi-percussionist, and Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai player. Both deal with the aspects of legendary musicians who achieved excellence in their respective fields. Part 1 is about the Scottish musician Evelyn Glenn, who, in spite of being deaf, earned a name in the field of playing the xylophone. It throws light on Evelyn's life and struggles to become a successful musician. Students will learn that she is a multi-percussionist. She has the talent to play hundreds of instruments perfectly. It tells how she gained international recognition. Now, in part 2 is about Bismillah Khan as well as the origin of Shehnai. It was Bismillah Khan who popularized the instrument and took it to the world stage. He broke the myth of Shehnai not being capable to create independent tunes. He was awarded Bharat Ratna in 2001 in recognition of his contribution in the field of music. Now, let's come to the summary of Part 1. Evelyn Glenn listens to sound without hearing it. Evelyn Glenn listens to sound without hearing it throws light on the life of famous Scottish multi-percussionist Evelyn Glenn and the struggles she faced to become a successful musician. She has attained mastery over almost 1,000 musical instruments despite being hearing impaired. Whilst she faced difficulty in hearing, that did not bog down her determination to pursue music. Evelyn was not born deaf. When she was 11 years old, it was discovered that she had lost her hearing power due to nerve damage. The specialist advised that she wear hearing aids and be sent to a school for the deaf. On the contrary, Evelyn was determined to lead a normal life and follow her interest in music. She was more keen to learn the xylophone at school. Although she was discouraged by her teachers, percussionist Ron Forbes recognized her potential. He guided Evelyn to feel music some other way than to hear it through her ears. This worked well for Evelyn and she realized that she could sense different sounds through different parts of her body. Once she had overcome this hurdle, there was no looking back. Evelyn began her career in music and continued to scale new heights ever since. She got admission in the Royal Academy of Music, London, and scored the highest marks in the history of Academy. She received several laurels, accolades, and awards for her extraordinary par excellence performances on the global platform. In the year 1991, she won the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award. Anne Richland of the Beethoven Fund for Deaf Children stated that Evelyn is a beaming inspiration to the specially abled people. Evelyn gives solo performances and even gives free concerts for hospitals and schools. Evelyn says that hard work and dedication towards her goal helped her achieve success. Evelyn's story is an inspiration for the differently abled who are motivated to fulfill their dreams like she did. Thus, Evelyn Glenn continues to set an example by motivating everyone around her with her determination and delights millions of people with her outstanding performances. Now we come to part 2, the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. In part 2, we learn about Ustad Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai legend, and how the musical instrument Shehnai came into being. The Shehnai was first played in the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb's chamber by a barber of a family of professional musicians. He chose a pipe with holes in it and played it by by closing and opening some of these holes, thereby creating melodious sounds from the instrument. Legendary Indian Shehnai player Ustad Bismillah Khan was the maestro who popularized this musical instrument and gave it a global platform. He belonged to a renowned family of musicians and created new tunes and ragas, which had not been explored before. From a young age, he was deeply inspired by the flowing waters of the river Ganga and would play on its banks at the temple of Balaji and Mangla Maiya. Bismillah Khan had a secular upbringing as he loved Banaras and would naturally play the Shehnai every morning at the Kashi Vishwanath temple on the banks of the holy river Ganga. In 1938, Bismillah Khan got his big break with the inauguration of the All India Radio in Lucknow. Later, when India became independent of the British rule on 15th August 1947, Ustad Bismillah Khan was the first Indian invited to play the Shehnai as he greeted the nation with his stirring performance. Over the years, he achieved infinite success and garnered immense praise from music lovers, both nationally and internationally, for his soulful renditions. He was bestowed with several accolades and awards in India such as the Padma Vibhushan, the Padma Bhushan and the Padma Shri. He was also the recipient of the highest civilian honour in India, that is the Bharat Ratna. Ustad Bismillah Khan represented India on the global stage too. He was the first Indian who was invited to perform at the distinguished Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. He also participated in the Cannes Art Festival, the World Exposition in Montreal and the Osaka Trade Fair. He was so popular that an opera house in Tehran was named after him, that is Tahar Mosque Ustad Bismillah Khan. Despite having numerous opportunities far and wide, the music maestro was very fond of India, particularly Banaras and his native town Dumrao. On 21st August 2006, Ustad Bismillah Khan breathed his last after a prolonged illness and left a legacy of soulful music behind him. Therefore, children, we come to the conclusion of this chapter, The Sound of Music. The sound of music illustrates how music binds people and is not limited to one person only. Music is a universal language that is loved and adored by people of different caste, creed, color, or race, as we have seen in this chapter, The Sound of Music, how two musical maestros belonged to different caste, different creed, different countries were bound together because of the love for music. Thank you, children.